do not send any money ever to someone you've never met.
SAR Experience.
Привет and welcome back to another video. I'm here in Odessa, Ukraine with Yelena. We already did a video together. I'm going to link it up in a card and down below in the description about what is a realistic age gap if you're looking for a woman in Ukraine. And in today's video, we're going to delve into how you can find a woman you can trust in Ukraine, because finding beautiful women in Ukraine is not a problem. There are lots of beautiful women here, but finding one you can trust, in my experience with my clients, and I know it's the same for you, Yelena, is a huge issue. It's one of the biggest problems that we help solve. So first of all, are there still any good women left in Ukraine? Is this a fruitless endeavor? Are there still good girls here? What do you think?
Yeah, they're still here, but they are hiding in their flats. And
They're not out in the streets.
Yeah, actually, I face the problem even with local serious ladies, because they are afraid of marriage agencies. Because most of these, their friends, they are offered sooner or later to work for dating agencies. That's why we are using different approach, marketing approach, to find such serious ladies. We even charge ladies to when they join our agency, and we work in some different way with them than traditional dating agencies. So, and again, yes, every client who applies to me, he tells me about his bad story with scammers before, but still they come and again with hope to find trustworthy girl here for marriage. And it's good news, because I think that love is everywhere, and it wins over all these bad stories that happened in the past of men.
With the right strategy. There are definitely
Yes.
a lot of great girls in Ukraine. I know I make my videos saying why not to date Ukrainian girls. That's basically to advise you to avoid the scammer girls, the 10-20% of Ukrainian women who target foreigners, who are basically criminals, right? They scam and they steal money, basically. They defraud foreign guys out of money. But I don't want you to be unduly put off that there are no good women in Ukraine. There are, of course. But you need the right strategy and the right guidance in order to find them, than just coming here blindly and getting sucked into a scam, whether it happens to be online or in person when you come here. So in this video, we're going to go into 3 very important points about how you can find a trustworthy woman here in Ukraine. So the first point I want to delve into in today's video is how to be realistic. So, Yelena, what do you say? How should guys be realistic? Because they've all seen, you've seen all the images of stunning Ukrainian women. Of course, not going to deny that there are a lot of beautiful women in Ukraine, but all that glitters is not gold, as I always say. It's obviously a bit of a cliche, but just because you see these beautiful photos and I don't know, you're on a dating site and these women are writing to you and they all look like 9 or 10, international models, is that realistic for guys? What do you think? For your clients?
I think not always, and when clients apply to me for matchmaking, I always ask the 3 main questions about him, about her, and about his last experience with dating, matchmaking, Tinder, something like that. And from his answers, I understand how much he is realistic already. Because if he is writing about him like, I am a 60-year-old guy looking for 25-year-old girl to give me money, to give birth to our own kids. I understand that it's unreal, and I stated in my letter back, and I suggest either to change the strategy and discuss it, either I can't help such people. And of course, these dating sites where ladies just make money, they give the many illusions to men, and we all love to believe to something.
Yeah, I believe in fantasy, fairy tales,
yeah.
fantasy, right?
Like women lose 10 kilos during 1 week. It's our dream, and we buy all these pills and things and do things, and we spend money on this too, but it's fairy tale. The same is about this thing, but I guess it's way more expensive for you guys to come here many miles away.
And I hear all the,
illusions.
The stories about these incredible scams where guys are defrauded out of tens of thousands of euros, right? Because they believe that they're talking to a top model when they are, as you said, maybe 65 years of age, overweight, super ugly, also talking to women. And that's what I want to really emphasize, is that, of course, you can meet beautiful women here. You can date international top models. But you got to be realistic. You know, here you're going to do better than you're going to do in North America or Western Europe, almost certainly because, well, with the right strategy, then you don't get defrauded. But because they're just more beautiful women here. This is basically the bottom line, and they tend to be more feminine, I would say as well. And if you're looking for traditional values, I think over 30 years of age, they are a bit more traditional like that. I think under 30, I don't think they are at all. I would say even Italian women are more traditional than Ukrainians, but that's a different topic for another video. So what I would say is that if you are, you know, used to dating realistically, I know these point systems are a bit, you know, subjective, but say you're used to dating women that you think are four or fives on the scale of 1 to 10 in your home country, you can definitely date women who are 6s and 7s in Ukraine. I think that's realistic. But 9s and 10s, not realistic, right? And, you know, if you go on a dating site, if you've been on a dating site and there are women who look like professional models there and they're all writing to you nonstop, that's not true. Right? This is just the reality. Women who are that beautiful in Ukraine have lots of options. That's another falsehood that these fraudulent dating agencies propagate, is that, you know, women here are so desperate because the men are terrible. Listen, if the girl is 22 years of age, looks like an international top model, her Instagram has 10,000 followers, believe me, there are enough Ukrainian guys inviting her out. She is not on a dating agency to find a guy. She may be there to make money off you if you go and you obviously send her money or you invite her out or you correspond with her or whatever, but she's not there to find a man, right? This is it. There are enough Ukrainian guys of high value are inviting her out. She has no problem finding. Also with Instagram and everything, lots of foreign guys here in Odessa she can go on Tinder and she can just pick whatever guy she wants to meet. So that is completely false if you think you can jump 4 or 5 points by coming here. Forget it. But you can definitely, I think 2 points, I think that's realistic. So if you're a guy who's already used to dating beautiful women in North America and Western Europe, then it's realistic that you could date someone who's 9 or 10 here if you're used to dating 7s and 8s. Definitely. But if you're not, then please be careful, because that's almost certainly going to be fraud.
I want to also add that also after these 3 questions, when I understand if man is realistic or not, we also meet on the consultations, and I say for sure I make like evaluation process for him, and I give honest feedback about his chances on Ukrainian dating market. I usually quite delicate in my expressions how I say that, but the motto of my agency, of my matchmaking company, is being honest with clients and realistic again, because we are helping you to build relationships to meet the right one. And we can't fulfill anything that you require. For example, I have clients, they are quite flexible in their requirements for the lady. We can discuss it, and I can say, for example, many men want a lady to speak, woman to speak English, but I explain if she's young, it's possible. If she's after 40, 45, not many ladies speak fluent English, because I often hear that my clients tell me, I want someone like you, speaking in the same way, the same English like you, so my English is not perfect, but I'm practicing it every day. Here it's not typical for most of the ladies. And if the client is ready to discuss it, we come to the common point, and we suggest him good women possible to meet who can be interested in him. And yes, it works this way. And also I want to point out that the ladies who are serious in their search for marriage, for family, most probably they look like pretty, slim, beautiful, but not beauty queens like models, all of them.
Well, they're not going to be on a dating site looking for a man. This is the thing that I mentioned earlier. They may be there because they want to make money, right? And I've seen that actually. You remind me, like I think it's 5 or 6 years ago, there were a very hot sister of. She was the sister of a girl that my friend was dating, and she was really top in Odessa. And then he found her on all these dating sites, but she was dating a local oligarch. I mean, this woman was dating a super rich guy. So why was she on the dating site? Not because she wanted a man. She was making some pocket money for herself. That's it. Yeah. Clearly, right? So this is something to be very, very, very careful of. So
and I also face the situations quite often when men apply to some other agencies before. Maybe he says, "Why you can't help me?" Because I often refuse clients when I see I can't help. I don't want to spend my time, even if he pays. I'm not ready to put my energy into something hopeless. I don't want it.
Because first of all, like this is the same for me. Like if someone comes to me and I know I've been pretty, flippant at the end of my videos recently, like if you're a guy who is that stereotype, like has no chance with women in North America, you know, or Western Europe, and he's 65 and fat or whatever, like I don't want you even to write to me, right? Because I can't provide you value, because what you want is not realistic.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. We're only going to take on people, I know Yelena feels the same way, that we can help, because if we can't realistically help you, and coming with a prerequisite, like for you it's going to be I want to guarantee I find a wife, and for me it's like I want to guarantee that I bang some international model. Listen, the only way that anyone's going to guarantee that is if they pay the girl, right? So this is prostitution, so we don't do anything like that. So to be clear, like, because this is one of the big things I have to point out for unrealistic potential clients. It's like, you know, you're still gonna have to do the work. You still have to work on yourself. We're gonna guide you on the way and help you find the solution that you're looking for. But we don't have like a cookie cutter, how do you say it, where we just like you type in the computer, I want a 6'1", I don't know, 178 international model with long legs, blue eyes, black hair, light skin, I don't know, whatever other criteria.
It's not a computer game, right?
Exactly. And we press enter, and then boom, on the conveyor belt she comes out. And then we say, here you go. You know, that's not how it works in real life. So please be realistic. You will definitely, with the right approach, find women who are definitely better, more beautiful, and hopefully better character than you're going to find in North America and West Europe. Definitely more feminine, as I said, and better looking, with the right approach here in Ukraine. But don't be completely delusional in what you can find.
We all know that it's a well-spread topic now, that we should think positively about everything. Yeah, dream about positive things. Know
I'm
what
optimistic.
we want.
Okay, I'm optimistic by nature, but I'm not completely delusional, right?
And
it's good to be an optimist. I think it's better on average to be an optimist than a pessimist, but don't be completely delusional. I know that if I come here or if I go to Brazil, because I'm just thinking Brazil, Adriana Lima is not waiting for me, you know, when I get there. I'm not delusional, right? Even if I find her in a dating site and she's writing to me every day, right? That's not happening. So the second point that I want to explain to you, and it's going to help you find women you can trust here in Ukraine, is their behavior, how they behave, how they interact with you, maybe before you meet them, right? If you corresponded with them in that case, either because you met them on a dating app or a dating website, or you had you went on Instagram, you slid into their DMs and started writing them on the date, and then after a date, right? So we'll say like when you were kind of with them and how they behave afterwards. So there are lots of red flags, right? So the biggest problem is, especially with Tinder, I find, because that's just so easy for these scammer girls to go onto, is you can tell very quickly normally. They usually give away very fast whether they're just there to make money, right? So they just have a financial interest, or if they're genuinely interested in meeting someone. So let's start with before the date, before you meet them. So they're writing to you online. What are the things that are real huge red flags?
A huge red flag. Okay, it's when she asks money for her for taxi, for example, to come to your city and to meet you. Second is of course gifts, financial support for different reasons, like sick mom, sick grandmother, and so on. And also, if for example, if she's not going to meet you so quickly, she says, let's talk and talk and talk endlessly. But my main advice, not just even to find out if she's honest or not, just for you, because of you, it's better to meet the person right away. If you like each other, then why to wait for centuries? Just meet and understand, because chemistry, you can check it only next to the other person. You see the gestures, you feel the perfume, and many other things you can check only personally. So if you are serious, just 2-3 letters and come here, meet her, or at least in some video chat to see her.
Exactly. So I think the first point is, do not send any money ever to someone you've never met. Right, that's just first. I mean, that seems like common sense, but you will be amazed how many guys come to me and they're like, yeah, I sent, listen, all right, never met the person, don't send any money. That's a very good point you made about the girl asking for a taxi to come from another city. I actually had a client like this, and we weren't in Ukraine, we were actually in Belarus. It was some other town. And he's like, yeah, it will cost me, I mean, it wasn't a huge amount of money, whatever, it's like 50 euros or something, right? But I was like, you are in the middle of Minsk. Like, Do you know how many beautiful women there are within 1 kilometer of you? And you are talking to someone. First of all, you're going to pay 50 euros to bring in someone from a village who you've never met before, right? Who you met online. When there are literally hundreds of beautiful women just around you, why don't we just go to a bar? It will take about 5 minutes, right? And we'll have her replaced. And he was like, yeah, you're making a good point. Like investing in someone to come away. So first of all, anything like that where she wants money, because this girl could have come by bus if she was general. Why does she want a taxi? Is she the queen of whatever village she's from, that she needs to be brought in a limousine or something to, you know, all the way to Minsk? Of course it's to make money. She was never coming by taxi. What she would have done is come by bus and say, yeah, that was 50 euros. 50 euros already made. Boom. That's like more than she probably makes in her village in 3 days.
You know what I noticed, that when men see that, maybe you are more experienced, you travel a lot, you know all about this, but many men who come here not so many times, and they are too romantic, you know, when they hear good words from here, they read it, they see beautiful pictures of her, stunning pictures, they are ready to do everything. It's so cute, but I feel pity that they got into these situations after all.
So that's before you meet the girl or woman.
Just meet her right away, don't spend much time online.
Yes, exactly. Like we rule on Tinder, like too busy. That's why I personally don't use Tinder, because it's too much time, right? I mean, listen, if someone wants just to have a pen pal and chat because they're bored and they have no life, just delete immediately. If they're really, really keen to meet, they will meet you basically straight away, right? So,
or at least have a call to hear each other.
Exactly. It has to progress pretty quickly, otherwise it's not a good investment of your time.
If lady is professional in her field, she has a job, like to have a busy, saturated life. She doesn't have much time to spend online too.
Yeah, exactly. If she's all day corresponding, she does not have a job. That's the bottom line, her real job. Anyways, so that's before you meet. Now, when you meet, what are here I had so many funny stories from the men, actually. And when I ask men why they did this, they tell me that she's so beautiful, and two couples of eyes are looking at me, translate and go, and I can't refuse. But what's wrong on the day that first thing is when the lady insists on visiting some exact restaurant, it means most probably she has percentage from this restaurant, and you not just percentage, but you get overcharged many times, much more. I had recently also a man met a girl from Tinder, and one night in one famous nightclub costed him just 80,000 hryvnias just for one night. 80,000 hryvnia.
They drank wine, ate something, that's it.
Okay, well actually that's not 80,000.
80.
So that's about is that 4,000 euros? About 4,000. That's a pretty big scam. I think I know, before you say probably which club.
Girls don't need any dating agencies already. They have the platforms to do this business directly.
That's actually pretty audacious. That's a pretty good, huge scam. I mean, I've spoken in other videos on my channel. I'll link a few of them down in the description, open cards, where I discuss these kind of scams and what to be careful of. It's going to be a never-ending topic in Ukraine. But basically, I think the key point is, like, you have to remember, in Ukraine, you must lead as a guy. Like, if the woman that you're about to go out with is telling you what to do, there is something not right. You're the guy. You can check a little bit. You know, I always say, like, is the shisha better here in this place or this is, because maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a new city, and maybe you need to just verify. Think, like, do you smoke shisha, for example? Is this going to be a good idea or not? But she should not be telling you what restaurant you're going to go and eat it. That's a huge red flag. Because even if she doesn't have a scam, like, this is extreme, getting obviously defrauded out of 80,000 hryvnia, but maybe it's just the most expensive rate in the city. She's like, free date. This guy's going to pay, because guys pay for things here in Ukraine. They always pay for the date, and you will have to pay. But I just want to go to the most expensive restaurant in the city, take lots of Instagram photos, a little clip for myself, put it on my Instagram, boom, spasibo do svidaniya, right? You just basically sponsored me to come here and to make myself look more desirable, because first of all, she'll obviously have content for her own Instagram, more marketing. She'll probably already been dating for, several guys here. They're all going to be fucking pretty pissed that she's at a restaurant, obviously, with other guys, and make them jealous. So don't fall into this scam. You need to decide the restaurant for yourself. And that puts you in control of the situation. If you were paying the bill here, it's not Western Europe, it's not North America, although North Americans usually guys do pay, but definitely if Western Europe, Like you're paying the bill, you make the decisions, you go to that restaurant. If you don't want to go to restaurants, well, let's take a walk in the park and eat ice cream. I mean,
and you
whatever.
know, we also have recommendations for ladies because they come to us. Also, some of them because they can't build relationships for some time in their life, and they come to the agency, and we have recommendations for them how to behave on the date. And also we put, if you want to find a man who you can rely on, because most of our local ladies, they say, I want a strong man to build a strong family, so he works, I take care of children. Many girls say this. We advise these ladies not to insist on any restaurant, because if you want a strong man, let him choose the place to meet.
100%,
And it's good. And when I was I'm not married before, and it was interesting to see what man chooses, what places he accustomed to visit. And you observe and you make the conclusions. So it's not necessary to insist on some restaurants. Second red flag during the date is when she's constantly eating. I mean, literally, she orders much food. And also, man told me, he told me, I was wondering how she can put it inside of here, all these dishes.
She's basically been starving herself for the last
centuries.
century, I don't know, for at least 2 or 3 days, so that she could enjoy her meal at the top restaurant. So basically,
So usually girls here, they you can observe they are quite pretty and usually slim, so they take care of their shape. It means they don't eat too much. So usually it can be just like one salad or second hot dish, two dishes maybe the most, and this dessert sometimes. Not all, but it can be the everything that she and I also heard that one guy told me he was dating a lady who was choosing from menu not by dish but by the price. She did it and chose the most expensive and so on.
Like in every culture, that's pretty rude. If you're not, I mean, I understand in Western Europe and North America, where women are more emancipated and they pay 50% of the bill. But fair enough, right?
They can choose anything.
They can choose anything. But this is Ukraine, right? You're not paying the bill, right? It is extremely rude to just look at the prices.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, like if I were him and I just said, no, we're not having that. Like you have to be assertive. Like this is clearly one who's only interested not in you, but in ordering the most expensive things in the menu and lots of it. And you just got to say no, we're having this. And if she has a problem, say, well, you know what? I think that's fine. I think it's over. You should just leave.
And what I wanted to add also here is that if the lady is interested in you during the date, she wants to talk to you. So it's uncomfortable to talk when you eat all the time. So
feed a Ukrainian, a starving Ukrainian apparently is the part of the theme. But yeah, definitely. So if you go to a restaurant, first of all, you've let the girl choose the restaurant, which is a huge mistake. And then she's stuffing her face with food like she hasn't eaten for 3 months, then clearly you're being used as a free meal plan, basically, and you need to dump that girl. And as I said, if you can, like I've told this anecdote before in one of my Don't Date Ukrainian Girl videos, right? But my friend was in Kiev. First of all, he met the girl on Tinder. She came with 2 girlfriends. A huge red flag. I mean, why the hell are you going to? Okay, you might be out with them. It's plausible. So they ate somewhere, and they went to another famous bar in the center. It's like a restaurant club. He didn't speak Russian. Suddenly, plates of sushi came out. Can you imagine? They'd already eaten, and they had the audacity to just order plates of sushi. So what my friend did is, it was the summertime, so he didn't have a jacket. He said, sorry, I have a business call. It's a bit noisy. I'll have to take it outside. Just walked out, didn't come back. So those girls, they end up stuck with the bill.
Yeah.
So, but that's what you got to do. Like, I mean, he could have said no, but at that stage, the sushi's already, just leave. I mean, this is outrageous behavior. So, definitely overeating. That's another huge red flag. Anything else? Well, obviously, if they're in their phone the entire time and they're not interested in asking any questions, that's just a sign that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention now. That if the lady is interested in you, she will ask you questions and she will tell more about herself too. And there is also a psychological trick I knew about it recently too. That the more some intimate information you give to the other person, the more trust you have, the most probably there will be feelings after all. So if she tells you just about some general things, only general answers about any general questions, it's not so good too. But again, it depends on the type of person. Some people are more reserved, some more open. But the main point is just she's interested in you, she's asking, and of course you should ask her questions too, because sometimes we have ladies complaining that a man told only about himself during all the date, and she was unsure why she came to this date at all, because it was just a meeting of pride of him.
Exactly. He was just boasting about himself basically for the entire time.
And I made a video recently about for ladies about it, because I think that in some cases ladies should accept it, because he's just trying to be the best for her. Maybe you should give him a chance to talk about himself, but only just maybe 20 minutes.
just for advice for you, don't talk about yourself all the time. I know you're amazing.
Yes.
I'm amazing as well, but like you should be finding out more about the girl. I mean, if you want to see her again, or you want to sleep with her, you want to marry her, whatever it happens to be, like you need to use your time well on the date, and obviously, be genuinely interested.
Just not red flag, but just she's not interested in you if she leaves quite quickly. It's obvious, I guess. Yeah, but sometimes men who visited many agencies before, they told me that why is this lady don't spend so much time with me, just because in my experience they should spend more time with me. But I comment that they are not prostitutes. If a lady doesn't like you, she can leave. She has a rule.
Yes.
right.
The date wasn't that much fun, basically, or she had a better option. Like some other guy called her or wrote a message on the
and it's
phone.
natural. I think that it's good because he can understand right away what type of
like
she has.
Exactly. You don't want to be wasting your time with someone who's not gonna. It's not realistic. Basically, right? If the person's not interested enough. Next, right? We all have valuable time.
But these civil date tests, the men who constantly come to Ukraine, they are also accustomed to some standards in agencies, and sometimes they ask unreal things, and I prefer to refuse them.
So after the date, is there anything specific that you should watch out for that wasn't, going to be more or less the same before the date, on the date? Obviously asking for money and stuff like that. In general, now you've met them, but definitely asking for any sort of significant amount of money or something like that, or my granny is sick, I suddenly need an operation. This stuff always applies. But like, for example, a lot of guys will be tempted to send presents, even if the lady, girl, woman, whatever, doesn't ask for it. How do you feel? Do you think it's a good idea to send a present or not?
After the date? Yeah. I think that if he liked her a lot and he feels she has this feeling to him back too, it's mutual. Then he can do it, and I think that it will be very pleasant. But of course, it shouldn't be Ferrari. Something like
Chanel handbag.
sweet.
Chanel handbag, no.
Yeah.
No, you can do that. You can do that if you
something
enjoy.
A little sweet to showing your attention, your care. At any rate, it's very pleasant. And if she likes a man, if she doesn't like, it can be uncomfortable to accept it.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But after the date, just don't. You met in the evening, and before going to sleep, just write her some sweet words about your impressions. She's beautiful and so on. And if she's interested, most probably she will answer right away. And you can already discuss maybe your next meeting if you like each other. And you have a limited time here in Ukraine, and you need to meet again.
Okay, I think that's definitely very good advice. About the present thing, I should have probably rephrased it a little bit different. It's really, because you want to know about women you can trust in this video. If she asks for a present,
it's bad. Yeah.
Please. If she asks you to go shopping with her and starts or directs you towards a shop, cut her loose immediately. This is just a gold digger straight away. That's not normal behavior. It's not normal to start demanding presents. It's extremely rude.
One man actually told me that he was dating a girl for about 1 week. She asked for the phone. They went to the shop, and then after all, he was taken $7,000 from his card.
Another scam.
Don't go to shop if you want to just buy her and give it to her, but it shouldn't be something expensive right away.
Exactly. I think the real key here is if she's asking for it or not. Right. I definitely agree with Yelena about writing messages, sending emoticons afterwards. But if the girl is asking for presents, that's just a huge red flag. Gold digger. Dump her. That'd be my advice straight away.
Our local ladies sometimes they expect it from men because they heard from their friends that foreigners should give gifts. But I always explain girls that okay, if you are so princess, why a local man don't give you so many gifts? He's a normal guy. He's just from a different country, but he's successful, intelligent, interesting, handsome. Why he should do it? You first should inspire him too.
Yeah.
to do it, not to ask, but inspire. It's different.
So yeah, again, be a certain. You know, you have to take the lead here. So write the girl a message afterwards. Don't expect her to write you, because it's true that in Western Europe, for sure, girls will write you a lot quicker. Here, I mean, if girls super excited and you had a great date, maybe you slept together, and you don't write her, she'll probably write you in 2 days otherwise. But it's, I think, always better to write a message and just say how it went. And
Yeah.
if you'd be enthusiastic to see her again, why not say something nice without being too excessive? So that's basically about the behavior. Now, the final point that we want to make.
Feeling. You should.
Yes, this is very important, right?
So you are a man, but you still have intuition, I believe, and you can
Just
feel.
about.
Yeah. You can listen to your. The sign of compatibility is also, of course, lifestyle, values, interests. It's good for compatibility, but also the chemistry, of course. You're feeling next to this person. Maybe you noticed yourself that with one woman you feel inspired, happy, everything is good, but with the other very intention, nervous for some reason. You can't explain, you can't always explain it, but you have different feelings with next to different people. And if with this woman being in restaurant or anywhere, you feel happy, relaxed, all the positive things, that it means probably she is your match. Of course, she should feel the same, but you can observe it. And listen to your feelings when you go from. I always, I don't advise men when they come here to have many dates, because they get lost and messed up with many beautiful. All girls here are beautiful. Many are intelligent. Some speak English. So if he has 20, 30, 40 dates, he starts to forget names. He confuses facts.
It happens. It's an overkill. It's an overkill of girls. I have to keep looking. Fortunately, Instagram, I just have to look at the
So I advise to
and
have just a few dates and to have time for reflection after the date, to feel, to understand your feelings, and this can say you a lot if she is your person.
I think everybody can relate to that, because like you've definitely been on dates where you just like clicked with the person, like you felt, okay, I feel really comfortable, this is going very well. And others, even if you felt more attractive maybe sexually to the other girl, it's just like it's not there, the chemistry is not there. So a lot of my clients, when they come, especially about vetting about stuff, they just have this feeling. They want me to confirm it and say, no, this is not good, this is good.
You can't always explain it in a logical way, but you just feel it. And I think that's how we differ from the animals. We can feel and understand our feelings, and we should rely on them.
And definitely, you're going to have a good reaction of whether you can trust her or not. Because there's going to be stuff, I mean, this is actually really getting to the point I wanted to make about 30 seconds ago. It's like, a lot of guys who've asked me to vet girls, they know the answer. They just want me to say it because the girl is very pretty, they have these huge expectations, but they know deep down that they've been scammed. The girl is not genuine. And that's something I can help you with if that happens to be your issue, because I will look at it and I know straight away. Like these 3 friends, she's not interested, just interested in money. So your intuition is going to tell you deep down whether you can trust the girl or not. And if you have this conflict, and especially if you're not naive when you've watched our videos, so you shouldn't be naive anymore, you're going to feel that, you're going to feel something's not right, and go with that. Cool. So we've given you 3 tips, I think that's how we should sum it up, on how to find a woman you can trust in Ukraine. Yes, they are not unicorns. Yes, they really exist. There's some great women here still. Unfortunately, they're the silent majority, not the ones who tend to target foreign guys when they come here and give the country's women a terrible reputation. So we went to basically being realistic, right? That depends on where you are at in the dating market in your home country. I think it's the most important thing. The behavior of the girl. I mean, obviously, if she is just materialistic, asking to pay for things, then this you already know, you cannot trust her. And then you got basically your own intuition and gut feeling, the chemistry between you about how much you can
chemistry
trust.
And trust. It's important when you have trust. Sometimes also men and women, they say, he should do something, then I would trust. It's wrong, because you either have it for the person right away or not.
Yeah.
It's how it's also about choosing the psychologist, coach, matchmaker. I give these 15 minutes consultations for free always to clients to understand if he can trust me, because it's highly important for the process, and also if I can work with this client and I can trust to his intentions too.
Yeah, that's also one that's basic for me as well. I mean, the reason why I have a strategy call potential clients is I want to know, like, is this person a good fit? I mean, is this going to work between us, right? And it's not like we're going to take on everybody. I said in my videos, like, to live the Zara experience in person. It's not for everybody. It's for a specific person. Obviously, Yelena can help a very specific person as well, help them a lot. But it's not for everyone. Not open for everybody.
You should feel the connection too, not only the client.
I mean, I do this because I love doing it. I can make a lot more bloody money being a lawyer than I make doing what I do now. So I better be enjoying it. I just didn't like my clients very much as lawyers, as much as when I was working as a lawyer, I like my clients now because I find good matches, and there's nothing better than when I have a trip with a client and it goes amazingly well. We had a good trip last weekend in Minsk. It's just so satisfying. So that's the main thing, and I want to make sure that it works for both parties. I know you feel the same about that. So that's today's video. So I'm sure you're gonna have lots of stuff to comment down below. Let not just me know, not just let Yelena know about your experience, but also all the other viewers who are going to watch this video. And of course, I'm going to link Elena below in the description. A link to her. She's actually going to give you a 10% discount if you say you're a friend of moi, which is Connor. So right friend of Connor, if you contact her, and she will give you 10% discount on her services.
And so promise to make you invitation to their wedding for sure. Yes.
To my wedding.
Their
wedding. That's more realistic. It's more realistic that you're going to get married than me in the next few years. If you hang out, if you take Lena's consulting, for sure. Yeah, definitely invite me to the wedding. That'd be fucking cool, actually. I don't get invited to very many weddings. People don't want me at the weddings. I don't know. Maybe they're scared that I run after the bridesmaids. So if you enjoyed this video, of course, no more protocol. I don't really need to tell you, but Lena also has a YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
So.
Just developing it, not
just developing at the moment, but I'm going to link that below as well. Go give her some love, give her some extra subscribers. You got the end of this podcast, so obviously if you're interested in subscribing, you've already subscribed to my channel. Just remember that if you are interested in getting notified whenever I upload new content, so you know that I have a new video. I do try to release 2 videos per week. You need to whack that notification bell so you just get notified. Otherwise, you probably won't see it because of the way the algorithm works nowadays in YouTube. So what else to say? I'm actually in Odessa for another week, and I'm going to finish up filming my summer vlog from Odessa. There is some beautiful weather. It did get cold, and I'm going to also make, I think, another street interview video. So lots of great content coming in the next couple of weeks here on the channel. I'm super excited. I'm actually going to be going to Russia a lot more in the next year, as well as Belarus. So you're going to see this diversity. But Ukraine is a place, and Odessa, Mama, is a very special place close to my heart. So it's always good to be back here. See you in the next video. До свидания.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for getting to the end of this another long podcast episode. And yeah, we forgot to drink food. Why didn't we have any vodka? We had water. We were so busy getting ready for this that I completely forgot the 2 bottles of vodka in my fridge. But anyways, it's been very warm in here. Anyways, next time I promise we'll take vodka. I keep forgetting that. I'm forgetting that. Okay, ciao, bye.
SAR Experience.